Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our small town church-run food pantry. They allow you to come in twice a month when they're open, and you get to shop, which means you get to pick and choose what you want, which is awesome because it allows us to say no to the things that we won't use and yes to the things that we will. I'm going to give a little bit of a spiel here in case you are new. We are a family of 7. We have 5 children, 14 down to 3. My husband is our sole income in the house. I have some health issues that just make it not really great for having a job, and it's a choice that we have made for me to stay home. And in doing that, I grow a big garden and sew a lot of our clothes, make our food from scratch, that kind of thing, so that we can save money instead of spending money kind of thing, instead of making money. But right now we are in a season of needing a little bit of a hand up due to some health issues, some a financial job change in the last couple of years, and inflation, because it's ridiculous. So we have been visiting food pantries. Yeah, that's kind of my spiel in case you were new. My husband and I eat low carb for health reasons, but the kids still eat carbs, so you'll see that. We try to watch what we eat on limiting carbs to an extent, limiting the processed sugars and the junk foods and those kind of things. But that is unfortunately a lot of what is at the food pantry is junk food, if you will. Because we can make a choice, I try to pick the healthier options, but sometimes those healthier options aren't an option, and some sweet treats and some junk food every once in a while isn't going to hurt anything. The food pantry allows us the flexibility with our grocery budget then to use the funds that we do have to purchase healthier foods like meats, fruits, and vegetables, and we don't have to purchase any of the snacks. I have not bought chips in I don't know how long. Just those kind of things that that's what the food pantry has been for us, is kind of a fill-in. Could we live off of this if we had to? Yes, not our size family, but the average size family, or like a husband and wife, yes. We just this just kind of helps us get by with that little bit of a boost that we need in the right direction. We're not on any other kind of help. We're not on food stamps or WIC or like housing aid or anything like that. We just need this extra couple $100 in the grocery budget flexibility for us month to month to make it. So, all right, that is my spiel. I think that's everything. I try to do that every once in a while because I know I have new viewers every once in a while. So let's jump in and see what we were blessed with today. We got a thing of Simply potatoes, and these are sour cream and chive mashed potatoes, and that sounds delicious. These have actually already been frozen. We got some of these before, and you guys said that you could freeze them. So good to know, and we will make good use of those. That will be a nice quick and easy side dish, or I could always make potato fritter pancakes out of them as well. Excuse me, we're going to keep going with the cold stuff. A 5-pack of all beef hot dogs made with beef brisket. That sounds delicious. She gave us 5, right, 2, 4, 5, yes. 1 for each of my kiddos' thing of milk. A 2-pound roll of venison, and this has been locally shot and killed and processed, so that's really cool. My husband got 2 deer last year, and it's not looking good for this year. We're almost toward the end of deer season, and he, because of his job schedule now, he's literally gone 5 days a week. So yeah, it's one of those where he only has those 2 days to hunt, and it's just not working out very well. Anyway, 3 things of these they're just plain yogurts. These are, a lot of people, she said, don't take these because they're plain. Just put a spoonful of jelly in there, a little squeeze of honey, some chocolate chips, something like that, and then you've got the flavored yogurt like you have at the grocery store. An 8-count of ice cream bars. My kids will be stellar excited about that because we don't normally buy those. And I'm actually going to pause this right now and go put those in the freezer just so they don't get yuck. Okay, I'm back. Our house is not overly warm, but I know that I just don't want to risk them getting yucky. All right, we got 2 bags of the snack peppers. And this is one of those where the ones from the garden are just about gone. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and pick up some of those. The same goes for the cherry tomatoes are done for the year. So I was happy to see those. 2 big tomatoes, and I purposely picked the ones that were starting to look a little rough because I know that we will get those used quickly and they won't go to waste that way. And then 1 bag of the small Roma tomatoes as well. So yay. 6 apples, which I'm very excited about. We have like almost no fresh fruit in the house right now. It's been a while since we went to the grocery store, so we're running on empty on any fresh fruits and vegetables, so I know the kids will be happy about those. This was the other thing that I was happy about. I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? It's Pineapple Tidbits pizza cut. So like think Hawaiian pizza, and it's just like this giant bag of pepperoni. Or not pepperoni, pineapple. So I am actually going to open this up and can it. Probably into little half-pint jars, because that's about what I will use on a pizza night making Hawaiian pizza for the kids. So I'm very, very happy about that. And if nothing else, the kids will eat it just as like a snack or as their fruit. So I was excited to see that. Something very different. 2 things of ramen noodles for Chinese food. A friend of mine said that the red lentil pasta is really good. We are not big pasta eaters because my husband and I don't eat it. I just don't make it a whole lot. We don't eat a whole lot of pasta or rice or even bread for the most part. But this, because she said it was really good, I'm willing to give it a try. So I'm excited to do something with it. I may end up making like homemade mac and cheese with it or something for the kids. A thing of instant mashed potatoes. These are so convenient. It really is just so convenient. You can, aside from just using it for mashed potatoes, you can also use it to thicken up soups instead of using something like cornstarch or flour. So that's an option as well. All right, here's a weird one, y'all. Green banana flour. It's got directions on the back for making these little no-make banana treats. So I thought we would try those. It says 3 tablespoons in the ingredients, and it makes 8 of those balls. So that's not going to use very much of this. So somebody tell me else what else to make with that. Anybody has ever used this before? It's a gluten-free thing, so maybe one of you gluten-free mamas out there know what to do with it. It's interesting. I will do some research and see what I can't come up with. There is a can of peach halves. They also had canned vegetables, but we are just not big canned vegetable eaters, so I passed on those. I'll leave those for somebody else. And I pick up the ones from the Commodities Day food pantry and kind of have those stored back as my emergency food, just for in case there's ever outages, shortages, food scarcity like we had a few years ago during COVID. I'm going to keep those around. That's my zombie apocalypse food. There you go. A thing of apple cider vinegar, and this is the kind with honey. I didn't know they made different flavors until I saw these at the food pantry, so I'm excited about that because that makes taking it a little bit easier, especially if you are trying to do it for health reasons. It's not the greatest tasting stuff, but the honey also works really well for making like salad dressings with. I had picked up a thing of the garlic olives before, and one of my kids liked them. I tried one, and it was awful, disgusting. Why anyone eats them, I don't know. No, but he thought they were great, so I went ahead and picked up another one of those for him. 2 things of peanut butter because peanut butter. 2 non-food items. They had melatonin. I have insomnia, and I don't take a whole lot of melatonin because I know that's not a great thing to do. But occasionally I will take one if I'm having a hard time getting to sleep. So I picked up those, and then some vitamin D baby drops. They had a bunch of these. They probably had 50 or more packages of these. So I went ahead and picked up some of those, and I will just have those around for little ones to take, big ones to take, whatever. Because at 400 IU, you can... Yeah, we can play around with how many drops it takes to get to that. No big deal. And no, I'm not going to say how much I take because that would be giving out medical advice. But I take way more than 400. So I would probably have to take like the entire bottle. 2 things of sourdough bread, and this is real sourdough bread. So the way to know, says right there, long fermentation, easy to digest. If you have gluten intolerance or just a wheat intolerance in general, sourdough bread, give it a try. But the thing that you're going to look for is check the ingredients and make sure that there is no yeast in here. If it says yeast at all and doesn't have, only has sourdough culture and yeast, don't do it, because that means it's not a true sourdough. It should only have the sourdough culture. And then you know, and then that's like some really good clean ingredients. So I am going to be making like probably grilled cheese sandwiches with those, because I will just freeze the loaves and then use it as we go. You could also pick up 3 loaves of bread. If I had known that they had the sourdough bread, I probably wouldn't have even picked these up, because I probably would have said, hey, can I just have extra of the sourdough bread instead? But I did a thing of the thin sliced. I really like the thin slice because it makes not quite so overwhelming of a sandwich for little kids. And then these 2 are a brioche and like an artisan type bread, very soft bread. These I think will work really well for making French toast or a French toast bake. And every Saturday I make a big breakfast for my kiddos. So I will probably end up using that for that. If not, you know, it's always around for lunch meat sandwiches or peanut butter and jelly or whatever. So all right, that is round 1. I'm going to put these things away, and then I will be back with essentially snacky stuff. So stick around for the yum. All right, round 2, like I said, it's more of the snacky things. Hang on, I got to move my drink. Got thirsty while I was doing that, so I grabbed some water. All right. I picked up one of these last time, and it was pretty good. Just tasted like a regular dark chocolate. It didn't taste weird because it has adaptogens in it, which usually are a mushroom. Let's see here. L-theanine and lion's mane mushroom extract. I didn't taste that. It tasted pretty good. And I like dark chocolate. These, we picked up some of these last time, and they, my kids said that they tasted like a graham cracker. So that's how we're using them. Some kettle pop popcorn, because yum. A thing of the powdered mini donuts. My kids will love me for that one. I was not going to pick up cereal because my kids just aren't cereal people. We do not eat cereal for breakfast because they'll be hungry an hour later. And so they do it for snack most of the time if they have a bowl of cereal. And the kids have just not been eating cereal. But my oldest saw frosted cornflakes and she's like, can we have those? She goes, those sound really good. And I was like, yeah, go for it. So we did go ahead and get a cereal. Chips wise, they have had a lot of the same things over and over, which seems to be popcorn and pork rinds. So we kind of got the same things again. These looked interesting. They only had 1 bag of those, and I was like, I'm going to snatch those because that sounds good. Something I think my kids will probably eat. Some plain pork rinds. Another thing of this Inca giant crunchy corn. These were really good. They tasted, like I said last time, like a mild corn chip is what I thought they tasted like. We got 3 bags of the popcorn. We need to do some popcorn and hot chocolate or popcorn and apple cider nights, like an after dinner treat soon, while watching like a Christmas movie or something. Some salted caramel pretzel bites. We got those before and the kids loved those. And then these are interesting. They are not pork rinds, but they're not cracklins like the hard crunchy ones. They're almost like a cross between the two, but they look like cracklins. They're just not, I don't know, it's almost like they're selling their failed pork rinds, like the ones that didn't poof up all the way, but they're really good, so I don't mind. They loaded us up on drinks. So there are 2 of the Celsius. My husband says he has not had a Celsius flavor that he has not liked so far. So anytime I see those, I go ahead and pick up. So there's some kiwi guava and some strawberry guava. They had the Zevia drinks still. So we did 2 of the root beer and 2 of the black cherry, and my kids liked those. So some of them liked this one, some of them liked this one, some of them didn't like either. So, you know, it works. Sorry about that. I needed to cough for a second. All right, we got 2 of the Zero Sugar Propel, some lemon blackberry, and then some kiwi strawberry, and my husband loves those, so he will drink those. These, we actually picked up one of these last time, and the kids liked them. It's different. It definitely has a slightly floral taste to it, but it mostly tastes like lemonade. And so we drank it on the way home and the kids liked it. So I said, she asked if we wanted one. And I was like, yeah, my kids actually liked that last time. And she's like, here, take the last 4. She goes, nobody else has taken them. They all thought it was weird. So my kids are weird and like weird things. So whatever. And then she let me take 2 whole sleeves of squeezy pouches this time, which I was super excited about. My 3-year-old loves these. So we have a system in our house where when they get done with a meal, if they are still hungry, they can come back into the kitchen and pick a meat stick, a string cheese, a spoonful of peanut butter, a hard-boiled egg if I have them made, a squeezy pouch, or a homemade popsicle. And I do like protein popsicles so that they're a little bit more filling. And so my 3-year-old loves these squeezy pouches. And so she as especially loving this flavor. So if you have a little one that likes squeezy pouches, apparently the peaches and cream is the bomb. So I picked up one of those. And then also these, the other thing that we do with these is they're just all, oh no, there's some other flavors in there too. I thought they were all just the plain apple, but no, the rest of those are apple cinnamon, apple strawberry. The other thing that we do these for is we have some supplements that the kids take, and I've got my 2 little ones can't swallow pills yet. So I will squeeze a little bit of this out into a teeny little cup, like a couple tablespoons, well, a couple of bites essentially. And I will mix their supplement into that, like open the capsule and mix the supplement into it. And they will take those. The supplement that we take is beef liver. I know, gross. But beef liver is like the end all be all of multivitamins. It's so good for you. So they each take 1 cap a day. And like I said, I just mix it into that applesauce and they don't notice it. Like they just eat it fine. So if you have a little one that needs to take some kind of vitamin or supplement or drops, something like that, and they don't want to take it, try mixing it into some applesauce or some yogurt because that works great. So, all right, that is everything. I'm going to finish putting this away and then make myself lunch because it's almost 2 o'clock. I did eat before I left. I don't normally eat breakfast, gotten into the habit of just fasting, but I knew that it was potentially going to be late. I also wanted to give you an update. I had talked before about the lady that runs the food pantry. Her husband passed away. He had dementia and he passed away last month, and she's doing okay. She admits that it's hard going home to an empty house. Having the food pantry has been a big help for her, but she could still use a lot of your prayers. She's still going through some other things in her life that are personal things that we're not going to get into on here, but if you could say a prayer for her, I would deeply appreciate that because I love this lady. She's like a grandma. Everybody that comes into that food pantry, she calls them family. She gives them hugs, asks them how their kids are doing, knows everybody by name. Like the lady is just amazing. She is, yeah. So she's still trucking along, but could definitely use your prayers as to what the next step is in her life. So I would appreciate that. If you need help, please seek out the food pantries. They are there to help you. They are there to love on you. There will be a link in the show notes of how to find a food pantry in your area, or you can just Google food pantry in my area and it will probably bring something up. The other thing is tap into your local Facebook groups, like the what's happening in X town, or what news and events for this town, or whatever. Because a lot of times we see things in there that are not just food pantries, but clothing pantries, mobile food pantries, especially Christmas help this time of year if you need help getting your kids Christmas gifts. But then also just like free events that are happening that we don't have the money to go on a vacation. We don't have the money to go do the children's museum or the art museum or the zoo or things like that. We don't have the money to do that, but we can go to free community events, the parades and the events at the libraries and those kind of things that we still get to go out and do something fun that doesn't cost us anything. So, all right, that is enough. I'm ready to get some lunch. Thank you so much for watching this. I truly hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.